Here we go.
This guy. Um, uh, Hopefully, I don't have to pee.
Doubtful.
Yeah.
Shit, this orange thing is on. Is that fine?
I mean, you just click it off.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
it's all good.
I can't even hear you now.
I mean, if you want to keep it, turn it back on. It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's just when it gets like too crazy, like I hear myself, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's okay. You good?
Mm-hmm.
We're all good.
Yes.
You have the topics.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Feels good to be doing this again.
Good.
Nice to be in that.
Why isn't this shit moving with it?
I look good. See above the audio one, right corner of that box. Press that.
This?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweet. That's annoying the shit out of me.
Yep.
And then, can I turn the audios up a little bit? They're low on here.
Yeah. If you, turn that. You're going the wrong way.
Okay.
Keep going. Right there. That's too much. Right there.
It's a whale. Okay.
We're good.
Okay.
I'm a little bit higher than you, but I feel like you should be higher than me because I speak a little bit louder.
Okay.
Right there.
How's that?
And then turn me down just a tad bit.
Okay.
Boom. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Go.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Just gonna jump right in. Let
Yeah.
me take a sip of the yet. Let me take a sip of the yet. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome back to the podcast you know and love every Wednesday called I Am Not a Fuckboy. We back, as Danny would say. I am your host, Trey motherfucking Smooth, a.k.a. Mr. Hokage himself, because I get a bunch of hoes, and I am the Kage, which means ruler in Japan.
Nice.
Japanese. Shout out to Naruto. Rocking Naruto right now. As you can see, Danny is not with us today. He has a bunch of stuff going on, so he's a little bit busy. But make sure you send him a lot of dick pics. I know he loves when you guys do that shit. And as always, in the studio, we have Emily Smith, our executive producer.
Yes.
Say hello.
Hello.
And if you are listening to this, you are missing out. Go to our YouTube, youtube.com/I'm Not a Fuckboy podcast. It'll be this video will be posted on Friday.
Nice.
So jumping right into topics, I wanted to, after how we left it last week, I want to kind of just go into the structure and how we're going to do the podcast from going on for now. Same weekly episodes every Wednesday. Danny has been a little bit more preoccupied with like work, and he's all in love and shit. So he's gonna be spending more time. So we might not see him too often, but when he does come, it's gonna be the same as usual. We're gonna start having a little bit more guests.
Nice.
I've reached out to a couple of people, a couple local podcasters, a couple local TikTok stars, local celebrities in the Minnesota-Minneapolis area.
Nice.
One of them I matched with on Tinder.
That's hilarious.
So we'll see if she...
Like recently, or like you've known her kind of?
I've known her. It never gotten past Tinder because she's a... I don't know. I mean, maybe it's me. I'm a little reserved when I'm talking to somebody, but like, we'll see.
Okay.
I don't know. Well, I'll have that discussion with her. And then episodes will be prompt on Wednesdays. Videos for YouTube will go up on Fridays. Just give me a couple days to edit. Make sure I get everything right. I'm not gonna do a quick edit like I usually do, because I have to get it out on the following day.
Nice.
So yeah, fuck all that shit. Yeah, that's how it is. If you like the structure, cool. If not, fuck off. I don't care. Um, but moving right along, since Danny's not here, and we always ask, so I'm gonna have to resort this question to you.
Trey, how are you today?
I was gonna ask you first, but
Oh.
since you so nicely ask,
Organically,
organically, yeah.
No, I'm serious. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in a better place.
Nice.
I got a new job, which I can't tell you what I do, obviously.
Yes.
Or people around me know what I do. I'm very excited about that.
It's actually a porn job.
I wish.
Cat's out of the bag. Sorry.
I fucking wish my dick was good enough to do porn.
Okay, quick sidetrack since we're on this topic. Do you know the porn star Jason Love? Heard of him?
No. Only male porn star that I know is Johnny Sins.
Don't really know him, but anyways, but this Jason Love, I've seen like a few of his pornos or whatever's on like the top page or whatnot, but he has a TikTok. He has a TikTok and it came on my For You page, and he just like tells a bunch of like his stories like in porn, like what he was like as a bouncer. Like I follow him now because it's actually pretty dope. He actually has a daughter. She's 13. She knows about his like old lifestyle.
Wow,
but he left the industry. But this man is making so much bank. I also feel like I might be a little too loud.
Didn't turn yourself down. You don't have to announce it to the fucking world.
Everyone, I am turning down my audio volume.
Yeah, how do you not know who Johnny Sins is?
It sounds familiar, but I mean,
White guy, muscular, bald.
When I watch porn, I don't really watch for the actors in it, I guess.
You don't have favorite actors?
Not
and
really.
Actresses? I have favorite actresses.
Of course you do.
Top number
I
one
swear,
on my list.
if you say Tiana Trump.
No. Simone Richards.
Shit, I know about her. And I believe she's from the Houston area.
Yes.
She is interesting.
She's fresh on the scene, too.
I think she's at least a year into it.
She's 19.
2 years. She's definitely a year into it. I remember seeing shit last year.
Sucks a mean dick.
I will give her that, yes.
Just is. Talent is just astronomical. She's great at it. Number 2... I would have to say Bunny de la Cruz.
I've not heard of her.
She's a plus size actress. You can always tell because she has a rainbow tattoo around her vagina.
Oh my God, the pain that must have been.
A lot of girls get vagina tattoos.
Why?
You know the famous boner garage.
Yeah, people do that on like their asshole too.
Tramps. Oh.
Not just like.
Speaking of asshole tattoos, the whore formerly known as Jaquez, who is my cousin, such a slut. One day, me and Brandon was going through his phone. It had an old BlackBerry.
Nice.
He was one of the first people I knew that had a BlackBerry. Just going through his phone, and just obviously there's tons of bitches. He's the one that introduced me to Tinder.
I remember you saying this.
Yeah, he's been the death of me for so long.
Oh God. Yeah, don't take any accountability yourself.
No. It's all him. If I didn't know about Tinder, I would have been like a very wholesome boy.
Lies. You didn't know about Tinder in 8th grade when you lost your virginity.
Yeah.
Not very wholesome now, are you?
I mean, that's still pretty wholesome.
What?
Yeah.
When I was in 8th grade, what I thought was wholesome was...
very different. Because you were a nerd.
No. Don't hurt my feelings.
You were in
like
band
that.
and choir and...
Band was interesting.
You were in jazz band.
I was not in jazz band at all. I wasn't good enough. No, I just didn't sign up for it. Stop knocking shit over.
That was a lot. I'm sorry. But on topic, we have to stay on topic.
Yeah, get to the rest of your favorite porn stars.
He sent. We're going through his phone, and I see a picture of a girl, and it was a picture of her asshole, and she had a tattoo that says "Insert here" around her asshole.
I I truly don't get that though, I guess.
My thing is, you have to have like, you have to have that shit like saran wrapped, and like there has to be like or is it WMD or like
I don't know.
whatever the tattoo ointment shit is. You have to have that shit on at all times. Did she not poop?
I don't know how that works with like genitalia, like tattoos and shits. Also, don't understand why people get like genitalia piercings.
Have you ever seen like a dude with one?
Unfortunately, on a porn, yeah.
It's very off-putting.
How does that go in? And I would not want that anywhere near my vagina.
What? Yeah, no, that's just...
Like, that could easily rip something inside of me.
I
don't give a fuck about his dick. He clearly doesn't give a fuck about it if he gets it pierced.
These are facts.
Don't hurt me.
If you ever see a dude with like a cock stud or like a ring, yeah, just run for the hills.
Goodbye.
I was gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Damn, you made me forget. That was a good point.
Sorry.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Damn.
Porn stars.
Oh yeah, let's go back to that. I named my 3. She just got a TikTok too.
Interesting.
But she doesn't post anything about porn at all. She's just being herself. I can't think of her name, but she's a skinny little black chick, a little dark skinish. I think her name was like Kyra something. I can't think of her like full because her last name is very. But she's the bitch. Like if you ever go on porn sites and you see the ads for like browsers, she's one of those bitches. So she's in the game.
She's high class.
She's up there. Mia Khalifa is like a.
Oh, she's
number 4.
So underrated. What? I mean, overrated.
You think Mia Khalifa is overrated?
I've watched some of her porns and I'm like, this is the boringest, driest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I like her personality.
I don't. Now I do. But like in porn, I don't.
Well, she
seems chill as fuck now, but like in porn, like it's just like, like, bitch, nothing is barely happening to you.
From years of training, I don't watch porn with sound.
Why?
Because if her voice is annoying,
I'll just switch it. I need the sound. The sound.
I've noticed a lot of females enjoy sound more than dudes.
In porn or in general?
We're in porn, or if you're like sending nudes or like.
Oh, like if you're sending if a girl receives like a
photo
of a dude like masturbating?
Yeah, they prefer sound.
Yeah, I mean I can see that. I mean it's kind of hot.
Oh my god, talking to the goddamn mic.
Sorry.
Shit.
It's kind of hot, yeah.
You can always move the mic if you're gonna lean back.
I thought I was talking too loudly.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, I've noticed that shit. That's been a trend of women being like, yeah, no, sound. I'm just like, ugh.
It's just like, I don't want sound forced, but I feel like if you mention like, yeah, like I do like some sound, like moan in my ear, let it all out.
I'm trying to get better at that, being more vocal in bed, because sometimes I can be a little quiet because I am awkward and like I'm trying to focus on destroying vagina. Like, I feel like it's when I'm more comfortable, I say a lot more words.
Understandable. I feel like that's when, like, people, like, women say, like, the word daddy. Like, it has to, like, fit right. And I feel like I'm very quiet sometimes when I say that. Because I'm not, I'm like, is this person, like, comfortable with this shit?
Most dudes, 9 times out of 10, the dude will be okay if you call him. And
I think it's just mainly like an ego thing, not that because they actually enjoy that shit. I feel like
it's like with anything in life, in sex, it's all about power dynamics. If that's why girls like to be subbed, and like dudes love to be dominated sometimes, and
works
just
for me.
Yeah, it's just like I enjoy like not having control sometimes.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Which is okay. Like I'm not like I'm not so much of like I'm not too much of in a power struggle where I need to be in control on all aspects of my life. Like I'm okay with being like, yo, tie me up, like do your thing, like. I'm okay with that. We talked 15 minutes about porn, so
I love it.
love it, fucking love it. Let's just. You want? I'm gonna leave it up to you. You want to go into the docket, or you want to keep talking about sex and stuff?
We can always come back to sex. It always comes back up.
It
Why
always,
is my
yeah.
phone
Sex is
always dying. Anyways,
sex is always a huge topic in our podcast.
it's just easy to talk about, though.
Because niggas be fucking.
It's fun to talk about. Normalize sex.
But yeah, and you know what we need to normalize though. I was on the phone with Brandon. I was talking about this. We need to normalize calling bitches hoes again.
No.
And not in a demeaning way. And hear me out before you get on your feminist soapbox. What I mean by like hoes is just like, all right, example. Me, Brandon, another one of our guy friends are like hanging out, and Brandon hits me up and like, yo, I got some hoes coming through. What you trying to do?
As in, trying to fuck, or just hang out.
If they're hoes and if they're women and they're in that situation, then they are classified as hoes. Because I'm not gonna say no women, but like 9 times out of 10, like if you and your friends are going to hang out with 3 separate like dudes at a different location, 9 times out of 10, that's ending in like insertion.
Maybe like 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3. I wouldn't say it's a guaranteed all of them are fucking.
But that's the point of it. Like,
I get what you're saying.
2 out of 3 because there's always one nigga that talks himself out of pussy.
I get that.
And dudes do that shit all the fucking time. Like, I have sometimes talked myself out of pussy sometimes.
I think everyone has done that.
Somebody's tricked the bag. Yeah. And it happens. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like a derogatory term. Like, if people, like, I feel like whore is more...
Yeah.
Derogatory, but like, yeah, hoes is hoes. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I like jokingly say it sometimes.
Speaking to the mic.
Jokingly say it sometimes, but like, I don't know. Like, if someone's like, "You're hoe," like says it. You know, it's all about tone or whatever, right?
I feel like any man who goes out of his way to degrade a woman is a weak man. So
especially about sex.
You should not validate his opinion at all by giving him a response in any type of emotional, like no anger. Like if anything,
if you give them a response, it's just gonna like
feel the fire. If anything, just feel bad for those dudes because obviously they not giving no puss, bro. Like if a nigga getting bitches, a nigga getting pussy is not gonna be upset because of a female. Like when girls tell me no, I'm just like, oh, okay, you're lost, kind of. It is what it is. I'm not. No, fucking slut. Like, fuck me. Like, no, that's just lame as fuck.
Yeah. And also, it basically gives you absolutely no chance that you'll ever hit that. Like, ever. Like, if someone says that to me, I'm like, okay.
If any, like,
chill.
Prime example, I knew this girl. She, before, like, say, for example, she would knowingly go into a situation knowing that she full-heartedly consented in having sex with a dude, but wouldn't tell him, like, obviously, because consent wasn't a thing back in the day.
Oh, jeez.
Not in that aspect, but like, she like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck him tonight, but she would do this thing where she was just like, no, I can't. I don't think we should, and and she would wait for the response of the guy. If he responded positively, she would fuck him.
Oh, I thought you were just talking in general, like she changed her mind or whatever.
No. She, in her head, would like, this is premeditated.
Every single time, like, you want to, like, get someone's reaction is like, oh, I'm going to hypothetically say, or, like, I'm going to say this, but then change my answer if he says the right thing. What?
It's very dumb, but, like, she would do that. And
I can see the point of it, but...
Because she would only give pussy to good dudes, like people who are like good people. So
what is the definition of a good person?
It's very subjective, honestly. So she would just be like, yeah, If he's like, oh no, okay, like no worries, like I understand, like it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Maybe next time, then she'd fuck him. If he gets upset or like is kind of like bothered by it, she would like be like, yo, take me home, or she would leave.
Oh, so she asked this in person.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it like they would be like making out or like fooling around, and it'd be progressing into sex, and she'd be like, halt the brakes, say like I can't do this, and then wait for his response.
Interesting. So if someone did say that to you, but like genuinely meant it, how would you go about it? Would you be like, would you immediately just stop, or would you be like, no, like, are you sure, like, or like?
It's kind of like what my thought process is. What I do is just like, I'd be like, okay, no, I get it, boundaries or whatever. But I mean, it sucks. I just want to make sure. My key phrase: I just want to make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah, no, that's like solid, definitely.
That's what builds trust in bitches.
Oh no,
And
it's the right thing to do though.
And then you fuck this shit out.
Oh my god.
No rape, but just like you're like. They hear. I just want you to be comfortable. And then the panties just
Words
fly
of
off.
affirmation shit. Oh damn. I'm gonna retake my love language test. I think because I didn't take it. I took it like 3 years or 4 years ago.
Might change, yeah.
I think mine's are like acts of service. Like what I do for people. I think I don't know. Like I feel like what I do for people is like acts of service and quality time. But I don't know. Part of me, I definitely think quality time is like my top.
Understandable. I think
I don't fucking know. I think words of affirmation though too. Ugh.
how I show love is my number one is gifts, and then quality time. And how I would like to receive love is also gifts, but like and then acts of service. So
Makes sense.
so if like you were like to do me a favor, and you like that's how I know that you love me. Like if you're willing to go out of your way to do something for me.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, you should retake that. We'll retake that next Tuesday.
Okay.
Do it live. See what the test is.
Or we should maybe have a test done and then read the results because that test does take a while. Or one of us just take the test and the other already have their results.
Bet. But let's jump right into the.
You should write that down.
Yeah, I will. Let's jump right into the docket because we're already 22 minutes. Shit.
Yeah. Better than struggling for things to say.
I know. First off, did you see? So in Houston over the weekend, I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago. Black Twitter erupted because this restaurant owner in Houston, I think, or it was in Dallas.
Dallas?
It was Dallas. Restaurant owner was pretty much like reprimanding black women in his restaurant for popping ass. They were twerking, and he didn't think that it was the environment to twerk. Like he wanted to, like he was upset. So apparently, like he talked to the group that was twerking privately, and they kind of just like said, "Fuck it, they're gonna do what they want to do." And apparently the whole restaurant started popping pussy.
A vibe.
And like, I wanted to get your thoughts on it as like not somebody that's you aren't black, but you're in the community.
I'm white.
Yeah, very. I wouldn't call you white. Yeah,
that's true.
You're Caucasian. Let's be real. So yeah, what is your? Are you aware of the situation?
Yeah. First of all, I showed you that video.
so much for a credit card. Like.
Anyways, no, but like. I mean, that's all I know about the situation, and I think it's kind of lame. Like, I mean, it didn't look like a complete, like, sit-down restaurant or, like, a steakhouse, I guess. Like, And if you have a DJ, I mean, what do you expect, kind of?
Yeah, it's kind of like you can't be mad. Like, first off, brunch
Mimosas.
way more dangerous than any other environment. Like, you get more lit at brunch than a club or like dinner or lunch. Like, brunch is like, it's known for getting you fucked up, getting good food. So he really can't be mad for setting the environment for bitches to pop pussy and like kind of be upset. Like, you created that.
True.
And it says like, so he was kind of like saying in like his speech, like, it's kind of like a safety hazard. Like, you can't be like standing on people's tables and like twerking or like. So apparently, like, these women were like on the tables, like they had the 1 foot up, they was popping pussy, which is like, I get it, safety hazard. Like, he's worried about lawsuits, but it looked like more of a cover up than anything. Like, he was trying to like save his own ass, and like, bruh, like, you have a whole ass DJ. Like, what the fuck is he gonna play? Like, Mozart, my nigga.
Get. That's the part. Like, if you didn't have a DJ or whatever.
Yeah, like you created your own problem, and then you're mad about the problem.
Well, didn't he say something about like how he created this restaurant as like a
safe haven, like a place where like black people can like preserve culture or like come together and shit like that.
Which I respect that, but
he also
like. Why do you have a DJ? Like, what does that mean then? That you can't have a restaurant that like it's not a safe haven if you if you are like playing music like that and people are like dancing? Like, that's what I don't get.
I like,
because wouldn't that even be more of a safe haven?
Yeah, it should have been like it should have been like twerking is not like. There's this thing in like the black community of like pandering to white stereotypes and pandering to like white people in general. And I feel like that's what he was doing. He was setting a white standard for black people. Like, black people, we need places where we can be ourselves, and like twerking is a part of our culture. Like, that shit is just like, especially like American black people, has infected the entire world. You got white bitches teaching classes on how to twerk, which they never do it right. And like, oh my god, have you seen the TikTok shit where like white girls are just doing like the side swiggle and like saying they got ass? It's very annoying.
Where is it? I don't see it.
You're not shaking shit, but back, and like, you just need to get the fuck out of my face. But like. And he said some other bullshit about, like, how can I get the men in here to respect you if you don't respect yourself? Yeah. Like, bullshit. Like, they don't.
I don't respect men who have that mindset. How about like, that?
I was watching Here's the Thing with Kev and Angel, and they made a good point. They were like, Angel said, like, they don't like, men don't disrespect women. They just don't respect your restaurant as a whole. Like, you're not a fucking PF Chang's. You're not a fucking Fogo de Chao. You're not like a Seven Steakhouse. Like, you're not like reputable. I'm sorry. No, reputable like restaurant. So niggas not gonna respect you, and not like. Then, to make matters worse, he set a dress code for his restaurant.
What? I didn't hear that part.
Dress code was like no ball caps, no jerseys, no sneakers. He specifically said no slippers, especially the fuzzy ones.
What?
So basically, everything that black people wear. And like, that's my thing with black people, well, black business owners. Sometimes they disrespect their target audience. You want black people, but you're also pandering to white people. You do not hold the same standards as white business owners, which is okay. Granted, the system is unfair, society is unfair, These white people are gonna get more business than you, but you cannot disrespect your target audience. That's like me as Nickelodeon being like, "Yo, fuck them kids." Like that's just like you're pissing off the people that pay your bills, and you trying to put these stipulations on your business is only going to hurt you at the end of the day.
Facts.
So yeah, like man, fuck that nigga, fuck that restaurant, bro. Like, if I was in Dallas, I wouldn't go there in the first fucking place.
I wonder how many like bad Yelp reviews he's gonna get.
Oh, he's probably gonna get a fuck ton. Like he probably was at a 3-star. He's probably gonna go down to a 2, 2.5.
Yikes.
Which is, I mean, like you brought that shit on yourself, and now like his restaurant is famous for that incident. It's infamous for that incident.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being the one that uplifts and like gives black people a place where they can't, like, popping ass ain't bad, bro. You got fucking moms of 4, moms, like church women, like born again Christians out here popping pussy because twerking is a dance. It's just like it is what it is. Like you can't. Ugh. And he was light skinned too. Light skinned bitches is the worst.
God.
Yeah, the black community is a little colorist. Not black. I'm a little colorist. Fuck them light skinned ass niggas. Love light skinned hoes though.
That's such a contradiction. It's so hypocritical.
Light skinned men are the absolute worst. They have the house nigga mentality where they think they're God's gift to earth, and us like you don't like understand, but like growing up, I was told that I was ugly. I was lesser than because my skin was darker.
I have heard like people like you say that's a reason.
Yeah, and like
which is fucked up.
And it further perpetuates the standard that white people wanted to give us in Jim Crow and fucking the paper bag era, where like you're only acceptable to us if you are this shade, and lighter. Like fuck that shit. And then light skin, especially when like in middle school, high school, like girls were going for that shit, and then light skin niggas thought they was the shit. Like look at Chris Brown, who's from my era, Trey Songz, both light skin ass niggas. Even fucking Pharrell. But dark skinned men, and even worse, dark skinned women are treated so unfair.
This is true. You see it on like the internet all the time.
Internet, like look at like
I hate the TikToks that are being made about shit like that. Like I saw one the other day. It was like it was strictly just comparing like white and black women.
Oh, keep talking, I gotta pee.
And I'm just like, why? Like why, dude? Like I just don't feel like that's an okay thing to say. I guess. And like why, like what was the purpose of the video? Because then I saw them like they like posted like an apology video or like an apology tweet. Someone like tweeted about it, and then like there was some uproar about it, and they like made an apology about it. But it's just like you knew what the reaction would be. Why was that necessary to even do? Like I don't know. It's kind of just fucked up.
It's kind of like the black people live in the era of comparison. Like, I'm better than you because of this X, Y, and Z. I'm better than you because of blase. Like, because white people have instilled in us this, oh, you're only good to me. And look at like, when I come back, I got an earful.
All right. I was like, I don't really know if the audio is picking you up.
I mean, like, as long as you heard it, like, who gives a shit? Like, I'm here, I'm queer. Let's get used to it. As I was saying, like, black people are in this era of.
Oh, you're good.
I wasn't worried about that. Or in this era of, or like we've been implanted in our brain, like this ideology that you're only good to white people if you're X, Y, and Z, or you're blank, or you're Republican. Like, look at fucking Candace Owen.
Oh
like,
my
the
God.
definition of a fucking coon. Look at Herschel Walker's son. What the fuck is his first name?
I don't know.
Christian Walker. Coon. Just pandering to white people. That is the definition of a fucking coon. Selling out your brothers and sisters to make the white man happy is fucking disgusting.
Like, I want to know what made her feel that way. Like was she always like that from like elementary on, or like what?
I don't agree with everything Dr. Umar says, but like, it only takes a little bit of white brainwashing to activate the coon chip. And them niggas be cooning. And like, any black Republican, any black like Trump sexual fucking Trump thumper, is all the names that I given to them. Shout out to me for coming up with that shit. It's just like, yo, I feel bad for them because they are looking at somebody who's deliberately hurt their people, hurt people just like them, has actively set laws to further oppress people that look exactly like them, and they're like, yeah, no, fuck it, we need that shit. And like, people give Joe Biden so much flack because of the 3-strike rule, like the 3-strike law, which he doesn't get a pass, but it's honestly like, I understand the why he backed that, because in the crack era, the crack epidemic, which is fucked up because when it's people of color or people of color, it's always an epidemic, or when it's white people, it's a crisis, or it's like a situation like opioids. There's fucking moms on Wall Street, or white moms in like subjugated fucking communities who are fucking pill addicts, but they have a higher status because they're white. But like, Joe Biden kind of gets some grace because the media was portraying like these drug dealers, these like fucking these distributors as like menaces to society, and it affected the black community too, because like, we were seeing a lot of death. They were seeing a lot of crime like going up because like, crack was so addictive. Crack is still addictive. Like, you can't. But funny thing is, crack is more penalized, but cocaine isn't.
That is interesting.
Which cocaine is obviously seen as a white people drug, and it's the base form of crack. You cannot have crack cocaine without cocaine. And like, it's so funny that like, people don't see like, niggas didn't like have money for boats or planes or fucking ways to smuggle this shit in, but white people did, and then they funneled that shit. The U.S. government, and this is my conspiracy theory, the U.S. government funneled cocaine into the black communities, and there's like evidence to support that crack was invented. Like, they did like a whole like military study on drugs trying to create the super soldier. You know, that's every government's fucking wet dream, is to find a substance that can turn a normal human being into a fearless, obedient. I can't think of words right now. I'm so drunk.
Oh my God.
Obedient fucking soldier that can kill on command. They did it with weed. The beginning of Pineapple Express was actually a real case file from the CIA that got leaked.
Shit.
And they did that shit with cocaine, and they realized how addictive crack was when you mix it with other substances, because they were trying to build a pill that made super soldiers, but in reality they just created a fucking monster. And how else do you affect the black community and try to get rid of the black community and demonize the black community, but to funnel drugs in there? Like, example, we live in Eden Prairie. How many gun stores do you see in Eden Prairie?
Couldn't tell you where one is.
Couldn't fucking tell you. I know there's one in Bloomington because I passed it the other day. It's a Metro Pawn and Gun. How many liquor stores do we have?
One at least.
All right, go down to southeast Minneapolis. There's a gun store on every corner. There's a liquor store on every corner. There's a gas station that sells tobacco. Like, there's shit that further the word I'm looking for. There's substances that further diminishes the black man, the black women in America, because they pump the shit in the drug. Like Newports, only geared towards black people. There's no other marketing, because once you get one demographic hooked, that's it. White people don't smoke.
Fucked.
Yeah, white people don't smoke fucking Newports. They chew.
Or do the Marlboro.
Marlboro Lights, which is like less stigmatized than menthol Newports, which is the same fucking thing.
Yeah, that is very problematic.
And that's the system we live in. Like,
it sucks because like there may be like improvements on it,
speaking to the mic.
Said it sucks because there may be improvements on it, but like that shit doesn't go away overnight.
No, Rome wasn't built in a fucking day, and there's still people behind the scenes pulling strings to keep the world the way it is, because they're benefiting from it. Like Big Tobacco, it's fucking 69, and with big pharmaceuticals, like oil companies have legitimately killed engineers over renewable resources so they can keep making money off oil, off fossil fuels that are going away. We went to a whole fucking war in Iraq over oil.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me the system that we live in isn't fucking flawed.
Oh, it is. So many flaws.
So many fucking flaws. And people like these fucking Trump heads, Trump sexuals, fucking Trump thumpers don't see that. They don't grasp that shit.
They don't only give a shit about what's happening to them.
And that's my biggest fucking thing. Like, I've noticed in my life specifically, if it don't make people money, they don't give a fuck about it. If it doesn't affect them, they don't care. That's why, like, people don't, like, support black businesses or support, like, creators or fucking do things that people do. Like, it's a very crab in a barrel mentality. Have you ever heard that analogy?
No.
So
I think so, but you can explain it.
Yeah, if you, and this is only like, this is very well like stigmatized toward black people. If you put a bunch of crabs in a barrel and a little bit of water, if one of them tries to crawl out, another one will snatch that one down to be the first one out. And like, it's a very sad thing that white people, and I say that wholeheartedly because white people are the enemy. White people are the reason that rich white people. I'm sorry. No, white people.
Well, there are some very not rich white people who are racist as fuck.
There's rich white people who are the enemy. There's white people, and below those white people is Caucasians, which I'm cool with Caucasians. You cannot choose to be white, but you can choose to be a fucking white person. and have that mindset of a white person.
Yeah.
And that's my different, like, love Caucasians. Like, you're Caucasian. Love it. Can't get enough of it. Fuck with you heavy. But if you had started spewing some white people shit, niggas would have the box. And I do punch bitches.
All right.
Yeah. But like you can't like you can't like
can't do that as well.
Not see what's wrong with the like. That's why I don't understand black Trump supporters.
Take a drink to that.
We went on a goddamn tangent for a long ass time.
I'll let you do a lot of the speaking. It was good to hear like your thoughts on that.
What could you possibly say as a white person?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I was listening.
As a Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus. Let's just do a rapid fire. Nate Robinson got his ass beat.
Oh, the memes. But apparently, like, he was back in the group chat taking it all. Like, I saw something from James White. He's like, the man's taking all the shit, though, in the group chat.
My problem with Nate Robinson, he was talking cat shit.
I know. Did you see the thing where he tweeted at Steph Curry? He was like, we're going to shock the world tonight. And then after that happened, Steph was like, yeah, you shocked the world.
And it's so
Jake fucking Paul. Why? I hate that man. My God. Someone was like, this is the picture that is gonna go up in white barber shops of like Jake Paul. Like,
it's gonna be the reverse.
Yes.
It's gonna be the reverse of the Muhammad Ali poster.
Oh my God. I hate that fucking man. And the shit he says about Corona too and fake news. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
It just like little tiny victories just further the white agenda.
Fuck Jake Paul.
Fuck Jake Paul. Fuck Logan Paul. Fuck both of them niggas. Honestly, bro, I'm I probably shouldn't say this. Never mind.
Go ahead. No,
I was gonna say I'm planning a way to assassinate both.
Oh, they're not the president.
Yeah, they're not the president. NSA can't really get me. But no. Fuck both of them niggas. Nate Robinson, like, honestly wish he would have took it serious because Jake Paul he's been taking boxing very serious.
I did look at it
a long ass time.
And yeah, he looked okay, you know, like he's calling out like Conor McGregor.
Oh, like, Conor McGregor would whoop that nigga ass.
Love to see you get knocked out in 10 seconds.
My God, that nigga would beat the fuck out of him. Love Conor McGregor. He's one of those Caucasians.
Well, I've heard he's like a Trump supporter. I
expect most rich people to be Trump supporters. That's just like, because rich people want to protect the only thing they care about, which is their money.
I hate like greedy ass people.
Look at fucking Lil Wayne. He came out as a fucking coon. Let's talk about that shit.
Wasn't there someone else that came out too? I
don't know.
Lil Peep.
Lil Pump. Lil Peep died. No, Lil Peep died.
Oh.
Lil Peep was the white boy.
And then Trump confused his name to Lil Pip. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
Yeah, Lil Pump. He's dumb because he's young as fuck and he has a lot of money. He wants to protect it.
Why would you do that like literally 2 days before the election when like I don't think your like endorsement would sway enough votes for him to win.
It is not about endorsing votes or getting people to vote. It's about like being relevant and shocking culture. Look at Kanye. Kanye West is the best example for this. He says a lot of polarizing shit because all media is good media.
Yeah.
Whether it's negative,
make the headlines of it.
Whether it's negative or positive, they're gonna talk about you regardless. But certain shit you can't come back from.
No.
I'm gonna be real. Lil Wayne is not good enough of a rapper as Kanye West is, or a good musician as Kanye West is, for me to honestly skate past the fact that nigga's a Trump supporter. Like, that was a hard pill to swallow with Kanye West, and I've cried myself to sleep at night a couple times listening to I Wonder and fucking the Graduation album, just bawling my goddamn eyes out because this nigga is a goddamn coon. Got past that shit. Lil Wayne has no fucking room. He hasn't made a good album since the Carter goddamn 3.
Didn't he just come out with an album too?
And no one's going to fucking listen to it because he's a coon. Fuck that nigga. And if I ever see that nigga in the street, I'm pulling out all his matted ass dreads. Fuck him. One of the greatest rappers of all time. He just tainted his whole career. I'm not listening to that shit. And that was gonna be one of the topics, but I feel like I shouldn't have gave that nigga light to. I shouldn't even give him the publicity. Fuck that. Just fuck that shit. All right, we got time for one or two more topics. What do you want? I'm gonna let you pick the last one. Just set it up. We'll go off anything you want to talk about.
Which one?
Which between the last 4 to 6.
Okay, well, I don't know what 6 is.
Oh, I mean, you could just set it up. If you want to talk about 6, I can talk about 6.
Sure.
Let's talk about 6.
Sure.
All right. So, I've come to the conclusion that women that have OnlyFans have way too much power, and this video is a clear description of it.
So I posted a picture on my Snapchat store, and I was like, if any guy buys the lingerie in my cart, I will let you see me in them in person. So I filled my cart up. Mind you, I had bought it like as soon as I filled it up. But my cart ended up being like maybe $268 for the lingerie. So I ended up having like, I want to say 13 or 14 guys be like, hey, did anyone buy it yet? Did anyone buy it yet? So I'd be like, nope, still sitting there. So obviously, like, I took a screenshot of my cart, not bought yet. Because guys want to think they're the only ones doing it. So yeah, like 12 guys ended up cash apping me, like, the amount for my cart. And then I just sent them all the exact same pictures when it was done. And yeah, so now I have a bunch of cute lingerie, and I ended up making like, what, maybe $1,500 off of nothing. So I posted.
Wow. Holy shit.
We have no one to blame but ourselves.
Oh, it's funny. Well,
I applaud this woman for chase that fucking bag, but at the same time, it's getting out of hand. That's a scam. You just hoodwink niggas. If this was like a timeshare, your ass would be going to jail.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm like not really about.
If you want to make money off what God gave you, your body, like your booty, like that I'm okay with. But actually scamming niggas,
yeah, I wouldn't feel good about it.
No, it's just like, bro, like
technically, isn't that fraud?
That's false advertisement. If niggas did a class action, her ass would get sued and she would fucking lose. But at the same time, we're in the era where women have, especially when it comes to their body, way too much power.
I don't give a fuck.
Of course you don't, because it's about women. If the roles were reversed and niggas was selling dick like bitches is selling pussy, everybody would have been like up in arms. Like, you can't do that. Like, no. Like, I'm not saying that you cannot use your body to make money, because like it's there. But like physically being like, or like just like being like, yo, yeah, no one bought it, and make it $1,500 off 12 niggas is just ridiculous. But it's just the world we live in right now.
Yeah. That's
what I'm saying. Like, bitches have way too much power. Pussy is power right now, and like no one is to blame but thirsty ass fucking niggas.
Yeah, it's like I kind of just feel like that, like, okay, in terms of like selling bodies and stuff, like, I mean, women just have more that they can do with their body. Like, to be honest, even if a guy had OnlyFans and it was just like him, like, okay, if it was just him like masturbating or something, boring.
Gets
Next,
old.
but I mean, like, if it was him, like, fucking someone else, like, I could see how that could be more intriguing. But, like with women, it's like women can take some fire ass nudes. Like, it's easily like, and I feel like people pay for that shit and pay for like how OnlyFans I feel like it's going off is because you can message them and you can get tips off of that and like shit like that, and they want the personal experience because there are people out there who don't have anyone, and like, or like it's just like they feel lonely or something and they want that like feeling, and it's totally valid.
It's the girlfriend experience
Yeah.
for a price.
Yeah, and some people have the money to do it.
And that's what I'm saying. Thirsty ass niggas are the problem.
I don't know if some of them, I don't think, honestly, I feel like some people are just genuinely like just can't get laid maybe and just.
That's thirsty.
Okay. I guess I view thirsty as like literally trying to hit up everyone to try and
because
fuck.
they can't get laid.
But like if people are like, because there are people that I know that have OnlyFans and they said they like have people who like just really subscribe to them and like are in their like messages a decent amount during the day, and just like it's kind of like that girlfriend experience just with them and not with like other people. I don't know.
I mean, I guess like there's always exceptions to the rule, but like in general, that's a thirsty aspect. Like you can't get pussy, so you have to buy it. That's why prostitution is the oldest profession.
You could do it with the podcast.
Yeah.
You could post like behind the scenes shit, but then also post shit if you wanted to.
Yeah, like
you can that's the thing about OnlyFans is like it doesn't have to just be sex.
No,
like I know someone who does like stretching video, which okay, like she does advertise it to be a little bit more like sexual, but it's not like completely naked.
Yeah.
And it's not like she's getting fucked. I follow her on Twitter and she's been like celibate for like 2 years by like choice. I don't know. I'm just like, goddamn.
So.
But yeah, it's interesting.
It's only interesting because it's females. I understand.
I don't know.
I understand the aspect females have more to offer, but it's also a part of over sexualizing women.
If guys like, I'm telling you, if guys like if guys had more ways to like I'm saying, like there's just so much women can fucking do that, like when men like do that shit, it's not the same. Because they normally don't, like, no dude is sticking a vibrator up their vagina or something like that. No dude is like in lingerie most of the time and shit like that.
And that's my point. Like, it's the over sexualization of women, and then it's appealing to the male ego, and more men are attracted to that because it feels like a little bit more. There honestly is just a market for it, because there's always going to be men who over sexualize women. There's never going to be women that ogle men as much as men ogle women. Like there's dudes right now who will walk down the street and catcall literally every female that walks.
This is true. Women don't really do that.
They don't have standards. They don't hold themselves at a higher standard because they look at females as things to conquer.
An object.
As an object rather than a person, or like a person. That's the only thing you can really think of a woman as. So those are the men that are buying OnlyFans, that are checking out bitches' Amazon wish list for a minute, just a little bit of attention. And if it's a market for it, do that shit. But don't OD on it. Like, everything, it just makes it not, like, enjoyable. Like, I want to root for bitches so fucking bad. And I want to be like, OnlyFans, like, yay, like, let's do it. Like, say, for example, I had a girlfriend and she started OnlyFans. I would be so okay with that. Especially if she's spending that money on fucking me. But it gets to the point where I'm like, morally, like, is she doing it just because she's celebrating her body, or she's doing it just to like scam this random ass nigga out of his life savings, like because he's gullible and he's like he needs that attention because he's fucking lonely. That shit, that's what irks me about it. Everything else, bitch, pop that pussy on a handstand and record that shit in 4K. I don't give a fuck. But if it gets to the point where you're just doing that shit, like the arrogance that you sent niggas the same exact picture.
What do you mean?
The girl in the video,
my problem was that she told them that no one else bought it.
Yes.
I don't care that she sent the same picture. It's more so that she literally told them that no one else saw it.
She went in with false pretenses. Like, she told them, I get it. She told them they'll see her in it. But at the same time, like, at least make it different for everybody. Like,
or at least change the pose.
There's
so many poses.
If you have so much to work with.
Yeah.
Your body is literally a canvas. Like, we have dicks. That's it. And if anything extra, we have like pecs, abs, and butt.
Nothing wrong with a nice upper body picture.
Yeah, like
shit's hot.
But it's a lot harder to get women interested in that because with men it's a dime a dozen.
What do you mean?
All abs look the same. All pecs usually look the same. Boobs. Different. Vagina, very different. Like,
okay, yeah. I mean, but dicks look very different.
Dicks look very, but it's like that one thing, like, that's a wild card. And then dudes are just throwing it out willy-nilly. Like, there's so many goddamn sneak attacks in the goddamn world where dudes are just unsolicited sending dick pics. Not the move.
Yeah, definitely. It's really awkward when like someone sends you one and it's like, you could save this, and it's like
yeah, no, nigga. She's gonna delete that shit. Like, especially like if you catch them, like, there's nothing worse than sending some sexual shit to a woman that's nowhere near horny whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's the most unattractive thing to females by far.
Yeah. Yeah, especially, I mean, I think it would depend on if you, like, talk to this person on, like, a daily basis, or, you've had conversations with this person before. I don't know.
Or at least, bro, like, just check in. Like, yo, kind of in the mood. Would you mind? Like, I'm about to send you some shit. Let me know if you're busy. Like, at least ask, but not ask at the same time. Like, hey, like, I'm in the mood. Like, I'm ready to send you some shit if you down. Like, say no, save that shit for later. But don't just go out of your way to make a woman uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, and that goes for women with guys. Like, some guys might not like an overly sexual woman either.
I don't know. Like, when I'm not horny, I'm nowhere near horny, which is, especially since I've been taking this testosterone booster, I'm always fucking horny. I've beat my dick 4 times a day.
Oh my god. I can't tell if you're joking or not.
For absolutely no fucking reason. In my head, I'm like, I should be this horny, but like, physically, I'm like, just.
It's so interesting how guys get off. It's just a very interesting concept.
It's just, it's.
Because no one knows your body like yourself. So it's definitely easier to make yourself come, I feel like.
What I think it is men come to complete a task. Women come for pleasure.
That's so sad.
It's so fucked up.
God.
But at the same time, like, you gotta think about it. Men are like, we're breeders. We're put on this earth to further the human race. And now science is developing where bitches don't even need us nowadays.
Bone marrow.
But like, you're taking DNA from bone marrow and then placing it into an embryo. So I feel like bitches would be miserable without dudes. If you have nothing,
for sure.
If you have nothing to complain about as a female race, like, you're gonna be fucking miserable.
Definitely, life would be different without dudes.
Yeah, it'd be fucking boring.
Yeah.
Women have to have something to complain about.
Okay, that's not why
Yes.
I say that at all.
Yes.
I mean, no, that's not what I was thinking at all. why life would be boring without dudes.
Women would just bitch about, would have nothing to bitch about. That therefore it would be boring. Like men, we add a little spice. We are the Cajun season into the pasta. We are we're complete seasoning.
God,
Because we're not stupid, we're simple. And women want us to be so complex and we're not.
Some guys are complex.
No.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think emotionally, like, we're very simple. Like, A plus B equals C.
No.
But you want us to be trigonometry when we're fucking addition and subtraction. Like, for example, as a woman, we're laying in bed and we just had sex in a magical fucking world where that happens. And you look over to me and you have a million thoughts rushing to your head and you're like, oh, I wonder what he's thinking about. And you blurt out of your mouth, hey, what's going on in your head? And I say fucking nothing. What's your thought process?
I mean, you gotta be thinking about something.
And you would be fucking wrong.
Okay.
I have the ability, men have the ability to think about absolute dick and balls.
Okay.
And completely void themselves, especially if we're looking at something, especially if we're watching TV. Have nothing to think about. We're focused on, especially, like, that's why women are better multitaskers than men. Because we can only focus on one thing at a time at most times. Like, you really have to train yourself to think about different aspects at the same time.
Yeah.
If I say out of my mouth, I'm thinking about absolute nothing, it's most likely nothing. Like, it's like, what if I was a fucking ninja, or like if aliens exist, or there's nothing important or relevant to what you were thinking about. Women like to be on a different, like, intellectual plane at the worst fucking possible times. That's what I'm saying. Like, bitches swear niggas is trigonometry. We are fucking addition and subtraction. Like, the simple as it fucking is.
Okay.
But that's a good place to stop because I have to pee fucking again. If you like the podcast, make sure you go on not just Spotify, but anywhere podcasts are found. I changed it up. Fuck, maybe Apple Music. We'll see. We'll know, I'll know later. But yeah, find us anywhere podcasts are found. If you want to watch us, check us out on Fridays. I'm Not a Fuckboy Podcast. The audio would be posted every Wednesday, just like that. So don't have to worry about the audio. But if you want to see the visuals, see how good I fucking look, and this fucking bubble vest, hit a nigga up Fridays. If you support the podcast, make sure you go on Instagram.com/I'm Not a Fuckboy Podcast, YouTube, I'm Not a Fuckboy Podcast, Patreon, I'm Not a Fuckboy Podcast. If you want to support me personally, make sure you go to TraceMove84 on Instagram. If you want to fuck with my boy Danny, who's not here right now, go to Danny_E_Flores on Instagram. Obviously, I'm a little bit cuter, so you should follow me. Emily, would you like to plug your Instagram?
I think it's emily.e.smith. Honestly, couldn't tell you though, 100% sure.
You should probably figure that out.
Yeah, it's also private. So
so maybe
do with that as you will.
Yeah, maybe she'll accept you, maybe not. Who knows? This has been another episode of I'm Not a Fuckboy Podcast. We're back. You love it. I love it. Let's fucking go.